Hey Sadir, in this video I'm going to show you how to find fast-growing companies, invest in thousands in sales, connect with decision makers, and offer them our sales system. I've scaled my sales team agency to 100K a month by automating my entire lead gen, which allowed me to consistently book meetings with decision makers. And these are one of the few systems that I'm currently using to land high-value clients. I'll walk you through the entire process on how I find these companies, pull the decision makers' contacts, and reach out to them in a pitch that gets responses. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm inside of Crunchbase dashboard, and the way I got here is I just signed up to their free trial, and I went to Crunchbase free trial, and they're going to give you their pro plan for 7 days. So make sure you sign up for that using your email account. Once you do that, you're going to be in this dashboard. So click on search Crunchbase, click on companies, and now you're going to start researching companies that are growing, funded, or hiring for certain roles depending on the category and the industry. So what you have to do is type in hiring sales, just 2 keywords. Whenever you guys are using the AI search builder, make sure you just give it keywords. It's better than giving the exact same thing. So actively hiring is now blank. Contact job departments is going to be sales. So click on show results. So I'm already at 1,211. So what you have to do again is you go to contact, click on more options. And as you guys can see, there's sales. Make sure you also add marketing. So I'm at 1,400 leads. So these are actively hiring companies, right? They are growing. And these are all their funding types. So private equity, Series E, Series C, Series D, growth category. These are growing. Okay, so growing. So now how do I scrape this data? So in order for you to export this, if you click on export, you're going to have to talk to their team. You're going to have to basically pay a lot of money to get 5K leads. So this is where scraping comes in. And this is where platforms like Apify come. So I'm just going to go to Apify. And Apify is a web scraping platform where you can find actors inside, such as Google Maps Extractor, Instagram scrapers, TikTok. You can scrape LinkedIn, you can scrape Well-Found, you can scrape any platform really that you want. And typically people build these scrapers to make it easier for us agencies to find clients and find leads. So there are multiple actors in this platform right here. Some are paid, some are free. So the one that we're going to be using is going to be Crunchbase. So if I type in Crunchbase, the one I want is going to be, click search. So the one I want is Ultimate Crunchbase Search Scraper. So this is the one. So click on that. So once you're inside, click on try for free, and it's a 1-day trial, then $30 a month. So click try for free. And now, basically, I'm going to walk you guys through how to set up this. So in terms of the cookie, make sure you download an extension, a Google extension called Edit This Cookie, which is called Edit This Cookie. So editthiscookie.com, right? And the way you're going to get it is you're going to type in Edit This Cookie, Chrome extension, cookie editor, or Edit This Cookie, and you're going to add this to your browser. So once you have that, you're going to go back to your advanced search right here in Crunchbase, go to your extensions, go to Edit This Cookie, and copy your cookie. So just paste that in here. In terms of the search URL, it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to copy this URL of the search you just inputted. In terms of the total numbers required, how many leads that I want, you can put how many you want. I'm just going to use the ones that I have. I only have 1,400, so I'm just going to use 1,400. So it's going to be 1,400. In terms of other parameters, just leave these empty. In terms of proxy, make sure it's residential, right? In terms of run options, make sure it's no timeout and click on save and start. And we're just going to wait for this to finish. It's probably going to take like 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to wait for this to scrape and I'm going to get back to you guys. Okay guys, so I just finished scraping these leads. It took me 7 minutes on average. So So I can now export 1400 leads, and I have the contact email. I have the company type, which is for profit. I have the category of the company. So this one is education. This one is private research company, university that provides programs in technology and arts. These are all for profit. This one is a developer enterprise class software development and testing tools. This is an enterprise. Again, these are all companies growing and hiring for sales and marketing. So we have other things. So funding stage, seed. So job posting. So I can understand and know where the company has posted their job. And Jovio is a kind of like Indeed, where companies post their job. So there you go. So companies actively, like they were looking for sales roles here, such as sales reps or account executive. So that means they're expanding, they're growing. And we can basically have an idea on which platform they posted their job, which is really huge because we can personalize this later. Founder. Okay, so I also have the founder name. So here's the founder name, which is awesome. Okay, so now I have this data. How can I turn this into like an email that is personalized? Right? How do I actually turn this into something that I can make money with, right? So all you have to do is you're going to go to make.com, create new scenario. And now I want you to look for Epify, which is going to be Epify. Just type in Epify, click on Epify, and get dataset items. Okay. So once you do that, go to storage and copy your dataset ID, which is this one. Just copy and then go back, paste that in here. In terms of limits, just put 1, click save, run once, and you're going to get all that data here, right? So if I put 1, I'm going to get 1. If I put, for example, 5, I'm going to get 5. So 5 bundles. So bundle 3, smart beer. Bundle 4, D-Wave systems. Okay, so now that I got this data, I need to do a couple things, right? So if you guys noticed here, if I go back here, I have a couple things. I have the email, I have the description, I have the founders, etc., etc. Now, when you want to reach out to these people, guys, you want to make sure you are sending to a validated email. So whenever you scrape data from a platform or whenever you scrape data in general, make sure you validate emails just because you don't want to send to outdated emails. So how do we validate emails? We're going to use a platform called mails.so. You can use any platform such as Million Verifier or Zero Bounce. I just like to use mails.so. So click on this plus button and look for mails.so. Validate a single email, right? And add in the email here, which is going to be email. And we're going to check if this email is valid or not. So let's just run this in one record. So just the first record. Run once. So the result is going to be risky. So the result is risky. So this email is not a good email to send to, as you guys can see. So I know why, just because it's an admission ad, right? So how do we actually get the right email? So there's a way to bypass this bullshit. So now I want to click on this plus button and I want to actually find the email. So I'm going to look for Hunter. So it's going to be Hunter and it's going to be find an email. So Hunter is kind of like an email finder or find the email that I show you guys in this channel multiple times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to search by domain. Domain is going to be the domain that I have here, which is value, which is here. So put that in here. And then the full name is going to be the founder full name. So let me search item, founder. So the founder is this guy right here. Click save. And then I want to have a filter here. So the condition. So I want a condition where the result equals risky. So only if the email is invalid. So make sure you type in risky and add or rule and add another one. It's going to be results equals undeliverable. Add another rule and it's going to be results equal unknown and click save. So now If I run once, obviously the first one couldn't be found. So if I go to Hunter, and there you go, we found the real email. So this is the guy's email, the founder's email. So perfect. So now I can essentially see, there you guys, like you see, status accept all. So this email accepts all emails. So now I can essentially find their email, and if it's invalid, I can essentially find it using Hunter. Okay, but before we do that, I want to have a filter here. So click on this flow control, add in a router, and unlink this, and paste in your router here. And the reason why is the following. Is because if I go to my runs, you guys can see there's emails, but there's other records where we find undefined, right? So we want to make sure that when we don't find an email that is already existing, right, in the first place, we find it using another flow, just so we make sure we don't leave all the juice in the table, right? So this is kind of like my thought process when I build in these. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to copy my hunter.io module, paste that in here. There you go. And now in terms of filters, I will delete all of these. And I'm going to have, I'm going to click save, add condition, and condition is going to be email does not exist. So if the email does not exist, we're going to go with this route. And again, so the first route is going to be email exists. So email exists. So this is kind of like how the flow works. So we're getting that data, we're checking using this router. So the first flow, okay, does the email exist? Okay, if it exists, is it valid? Okay, if it's not valid, how can we find it? So we can find it right here. Again, second router, okay, the email does not exist. So let's just go ahead and find it. So this one is going to be validate email. And this is going to be find email. And this one is going to be find email. Okay. And this one is going to be get data. I'm going to save this and I'm going to auto align this. Okay. So now what do I do? So since I will find the email now, I want to clean up the company names from this long name to just CMU, right? And the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to use a language model such as Perplexity or OpenAI or Claude, whatever you want to use. I'm just going to use Perplexity. So I'm going to click on this plus button right here and I'm going to look for Perplexity. You can use any AI model you want, create chat completion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my 7-figure agency prompt. And then I'm going to copy these, go back to my system here. Max tokens, I'm just going to use 750. You don't need to use a lot. 750 is more than enough for admin. So just click add content, and content is going to be the prompt, and the role is going to be user. And now we're just going to map our records. So company name is going to be company name. So type in search and look for company. It's going to be name, I believe. What is okay, here's the company. I can just add in the company here. Or maybe, yeah, I'll just add the company here. And the domain is going to be the domain that we found here, which is domain. I'm going to delete everything here. The goal to identify the standout part of the name, typically the first noun. Okay, so now I can just click on save. And I'm just going to copy and paste that in here. Right? So now the company is going to be the company right here, which is name. And then the domain is going to be the domain. All right, awesome. So now I can click on save. And this one is going to be clean names, clean company name, copy, and then paste. I'm going to save this again, auto align this. So now I can clean up the company names. Okay. So now that I cleaned the company names, I will generate an email. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to click on this plus button right here, and I'm going to look for tools, and it's going to be set variable, right? So set variable, and it's going to be dream email. And the copy that I'm going to use is already ready for me. So I'm just going to copy this copy right here and paste that in here. And I'm just going to start mapping. Okay, so the copy is the following. So, hey, first name. So the first name is going to be the first name of the guy that we found, which is, where's the guy? So it's founder name. Or maybe we can use okay, we have already the first name when we find an email. So sweet. I can go to hey, first name. Random, but notice you're hiring for sales. And I'm going to add in the job posting source. So as you guys can see, there's source here. I know where the job posting link is. You know, they posted this job in Jovio. So I can say, hey, I noticed that you posted this job in Jovio. So I'm just going to add in the source, but I want to make sure I capitalize the first letter of Jobio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in capitalize to capitalize the first word. There you go. And I'm going to say also came across your email. So I'm also going to say, hey, I came across this exact email with this job posting. So this is even more personalized, more thoughtful. And since I found their email using another way, it makes it extremely personalized that I went and did my homework and found their email somewhere else, right? And it wasn't actually the real email of the founder's email, right? And now I can just go ahead and say, hey, I found this email and I went ahead, did my homework, and I reached out to you directly. So this is kind of like my thought process when I'm building these. So I'm just going to input email here. Result is going to be email. Or let me use, we're going to use this one, the validate email one, not the find email, okay? Make sure you find the validate email because it doesn't make sense to send them this email right here because this is the one we're going to use to reach out to them. And this is the one that we're going to mention that we found. Okay, so I'm just going to map the correct email. And I'm saying, hey, what if instead of hiring in-house, we send personalized outbound that feels one-on-one at the scale of 50 SDRs? Could be a faster, most cost-effective way to drive early, high ROI tractions. So I'm adding my case study here, which is we directly added 85K to Vengeance by doing this. So confident we could do the same or better for company name. And the company name, right, data is going to be the cleaned company name. So I'm going to go to content. And I'm just going to map my content here. There you go. And then one line. Let me know if you'd like more details. No pressure, just a thought. And I'm going to add in my name here. So there you go. I'm going to click save. And I want to add another filter here. So only if the email is found. So only if email exists. Then we're going to proceed. So let me run once. So the first one, validate email can be found, clean the company name. And then if you see here, if we go to choices, content, and it's going to be CMU. Perfect. If I read the email, it's going to be, hey, Andrew, notice you're hiring for sales on Jobio. Also came across your email, which is their email. What if instead of hiring in-house, we send personalized outbound that feels one-on-one at a scale of 50 SDRs? Could be a faster, more cost-effective way to try early high ROI traction. We directly added 85K to Vengeance by doing this, so confident we could do the same or better. Okay, so confident we do the same or better for company name. I think I didn't correct the right one. So if I go back to my choices, message, and it's going to be CMU. Perfect. Now it's going to be good. And then click save. And let me check if the formatting is great. Okay, so I'm just going to add another new line. Click save. So all I have to do now is copy this and paste that in here. And first name is going to be now the first name that we have here. And since we don't have it like as first name, we're going to use something called a split formula. So I'm just going to look for founder. So the founder is this guy out here, Andrew. So I'm just going to use split, and it's going to be the value based space, and then we're just going to get the first one. Okay. And then the data email is going to be the email found. Or maybe let's just say, also came across your email. Okay, so in terms of this copy, we don't have to mention this. So all I have to do, since I don't have an email here, yeah, I'm just going to leave that empty. And I'm going to say, and figured I'd reach out. What if instead, in hiring house, we send personalized outbound that feels 101 at the scale of 50 SDRs? Okay, so I'm just going to add in the clean company name. And I believe we forgot the clean company name here. No, we do. We do have it. Okay, let me delete this. And then I'm just going to copy and paste the choices message. And it's going to be company name. So message content. Okay, and let's redo this again. Founder. So the founder is going to be the founder name. Split based on an at. And then get the first one. Okay, and then delete this and figured I reach out. All right, beautiful. So now I have a perfect email. So now I want to make sure I add another thing here. So I want to click on this plus button and look for Instantly. So Instantly is the cold email software that I'm going to use to send an email. So I'm just going to go here and I'm just going to test a campaign here. So the leads email is going to be the email that we found, which is the leads email. The first name is going to be first name, last name, company name is going to be the results, choices, message, and it's going to be content. And the personalization is going to be the dream email. Click save, copy this, paste that in here. And then in terms of lead email, again, we're going to use the find an email found here. Same thing, first name, last name. The company name is going to be the company name choices. It's going to be content. And the personalization is going to be the dream email. All right, awesome. So now I have everything I need and the system is ready. So let me go to my Instantly account, log in. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my test campaign and it's going to be this one right here and check if there's any leads. So there are no leads. If I go and run this once, so I'm generating an email, adding everything to Instantly. If I go to my analytics, then leads, I'll check that I added the lead here. If I go to sequences, just paste in the personalization and preview. So, hey, Andrew, random and notice you're hiring for sales on Jobio. Also came across your email, which is their email. What if instead in hiring house, we send personalized outbound that feels 101? So there you go. Now I can just basically start sending and let me just try this at, you can try, let's just try 10 records. Click save. I'll run once. First one getting added to Instantly. Second one found again. Okay. Third one. Okay, couldn't be found. Fourth one. Perfect. Okay, so the flow is going well. So how many leads we added? Okay. Perfect. So let me check my leads. So everything is getting added. Yeah. Perfect. So hey Eric, and again, here's their email, blah blah blah. All right, perfect. So 10 records, and we got what, 7 leads that are high intent buyers. So like 7 from 3. So that's pretty good. So hopefully you found some value in this video. I'm going to leave the free blueprints in the description like always. So make sure to download it, repurpose it, do whatever the hell you want. Check out Sales Systems Mastery, the most straightforward way to get your first customer as a sales and agency and eventually scale past 10K a month. You get full hands-on support by the community. We'll also include offer audits. And we just added a new feature, which is the first client reward. So once you get your first client, you get 1 hour hands-on help with your first client. And this is one of the features that makes our community so thriving, just because no other community offers this. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.